Bonjour à tous! Aqui estou eu, seu guia para o mundo de magia. Aanvaarden een vreemd språk. Met mij, zoals ik polyglotische. Wir werden een spielerisch lernen. Ou c'est intelligent. Et peu importe la langue que vous voulez apprendre, iniziamo il nostro viaggio. E benvenuto al blog Poliglota. Hallo dermai. In deze video ska jag visa dig varden jag lär norsk. Så låt oss börja. Okay, so before we begin, I want to tell you that these are only some recommendations that I make here on my channel about how to learn Norwegian. So, like I said in the intro, like I'm a polyglot and I learn lots of languages. Some of them I learned by my own, only with some internet resources, and the others I have private classes. But the thing I want to tell you is that they are very important in your day-to-day communication. I mean, also if you want to travel the world, I mean, you can't talk with all of the people on this planet only in English. English, of course, it's a good language. It's the international language. Almost everyone should speak it. But the thing is that you also need French, German, and also, if you're lucky, afterwards, some other languages too. So, in this video, I'm going to tell you how I learned German by my own, by the way. First of all, you need to practice a lot. Norwegian is a northern language. It has Swedish, Finnish, Danish, you know. They're pretty similar, but they have a lot in common, but they're at the same time very different. I mean, in my opinion, I think Swedish is easier than Norwegian. So if you want to start with something, well, first of all, I would recommend you to start with German. English, German, and then Swedish, and then after Swedish with Norwegian. Also, you can start just with Norwegian if you like this language. I think the most important thing is you need to love what you're learning. If you don't love what you're learning, then you are just going to learn pushed by someone. That's not a good thing, because then you are going to remember some things, but only on a short period of time, and then you're going to forget about those because you think they are not important for you. Okay, I'm going to tell you some resources that I found very helpful for me in my journey on learning Norwegian and every language, by the way. Of course, we all start with Duolingo. I think everyone heard of it. It's not like I advertise this app here on my channel because almost all the people on this planet heard about Duolingo, because it's the most, I don't know, it's a game, I think. Yeah, it's a game. So this is a way to begin learning a new language. But I think Duolingo is helpful, but only to a point, because afterwards all the phrases get so used and they're kind of begin to be simple. And also, I don't think that Duolingo helps you in your day-to-day talking and communication with other people, because they have really weird sentences there on Duolingo that I don't think I ever used one of those in my day-to-day life. So they're kind of boring, and two, they're kind of useless, some of them, not all of them. Well, and then after a point when you start to begin a little bit more advanced, I think it's getting too basic and too simple. I think from a, let's say, A2 level, then Duolingo starts to be kind of useless. Then I use a lot YouTube channels, like there are teachers who teach online those specific languages for languages that you want to learn, and I think that's really important for you to have time to pause and then repeat afterwards after the teacher tells you, and you can also hear the pronunciation. Also, I think the most important thing is listening. I mean, try to listen to fairy tales. It's not that stupid, believe me. Fairy tales are not just for children. You can watch. I find this channel right here, this fairy tale channel, very useful for me. They have also subtitles in English, and they have almost every language there, from Portuguese to Japanese to, I think they have also Korean. So they have also Norwegian, if I'm not wrong. And it helped me a lot with every language that I want to learn. And also, the thing that I like about YouTube is that you can slow how to talk, you know, make it slower. And that's also a good thing, because it's not everything about talking fast. I mean, you don't have to talk fast. You really have to pay attention and to pronounce those words correctly. I think it's more important to know how to pronounce and to those words than to speak fluently and very fast. Of course, it's important to talk fluently, but I think this fact comes with a lot of practice. I mean, you practice a lot, then you get fluent. If you don't practice every day, then you won't get fluent. You know. So that's what I'm telling you. Also, you can listen to podcasts, and podcasts are really great. Or this, I tried one thing to listen to those videos, and you can do when you can sleep listening to those words. I mean, it's a good habit, it's a good thing, even though you don't process things there, but your memory stocks all that information that it gets from the video, and it's really great. Also, you need to find your own language method, because here I'm going to give you some advices, but this may apply to me and may not apply to you, because we're all different, and that's a good thing. And you need to find your own method of learning, because, for example, I don't listen to music when I learn a new language, because I think it's very complicated, and um, they talk a bit fast in the music, and yeah, it's different than talking and communicating normally. So it doesn't help me at all listening to music while learning a language. Like, for example, you learn Norwegian and then listen to Norwegian music. It doesn't help me. But you should try it. Maybe it does to you, so who knows. Then a thing that really helped me, not with Norwegian, but it helped me a lot with French, is setting your phone to that specific language. I mean, I set my phone and to French, for example, I really did that a couple of months ago, and it helped me a lot. I mean, day to day, every single day when I open my apps and everything, I couldn't avoid it. I really need to use French, you know, reading French, writing French on some apps that I wanted, for example, Google, and others too. So it's a good thing to set your phone to your settings to that specific foreign language that you're learning. Then another listening exercise that might be helpful for you is to set your um, Netflix account to that language, you know, helps. Or even though you don't want to set because you're not very, let's say, experienced and advanced in that language, and you don't want to set your account to it, maybe just do with the movies, like set the audio um to that in that language, or subtitles. They really help a lot. Like, you hear and read at the same time. It is really great. It helps. Also, as you see the action, what it is, you know. But also, I think that before doing it, it is a great help to watch fairy tales in that specific language, because fairy tales are easier to understand. And what I mean, even though movies are more complex things. So yeah, but it did help me to set my Netflix account to that specific language. Then, when you learn, a foreign language is not important only to listen but also to speak. So I really do think it is very, very, very important to borrow, to let's say steal some words from that specific language and introduce them into your mother language. I mean, when you speak normally, when you communicate with the other people in your mother language, you should add on for yourself, not to sound smart or something to the others, because learning language is about yourself, doing it for yourself, not for others. So try to add words, phrases from that language in your mother language, like replace them, steal them or borrow them, whatever you like. It helped me a lot with Portuguese, even though I confused the others a bit. But for me, it was a great improvement, and I will recommend it to you also. Probably it helps you too. I've said we're not all the same, so first of all, you need to try all of this, because I also tried listening to music. It didn't help me, so you really need to try more methods of learning so you can stick to yourself, to your favorite one that helps you. I also thought that for a language, it doesn't matter which one, whichever you like, is more important than maths or physics or whatever. Probably if you like it, it doesn't matter. It's good for you, but it's more important. I mean, when you go somewhere to a foreign language or for a foreign country, when you go to a foreign country, there you speak a specific language. No one is going to ask you something from maths or something from physics. Those are just passing subjects that don't even help you in real life, in the life that is out there, outside the school. So I really do think it's better for you to start learning a new language rather than focus so much on this exact sciences. Of course, if you like them, that's nothing bad if you want to do something with them, but I don't think I want to do that for future. As a Now, like an ending, last but not least, I'm going to tell you that the most important thing is that you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for tomorrow. You don't have to wait for next week. You don't have to wait for better circumstances. Do it today. If you want to start and you to learn a foreign language, do it today. Do it now. Don't wait. Because as long as you're going to wait, as long as you're going to delay it, and then it will be too late and you get words to learn, and other problems will come into your life, so as soon as you start learning a new language, a new foreign language, it's for the best. You don't have to worry that you don't sound natural. I mean, it is a very common thing that you don't have that accent, and it's not a bad thing that you don't have it because you're not used with it. But if you want to gain that accent, to steal that accent, you really need to practice a lot of listening. And I would recommend listening to Norwegian speakers or whatever language you're learning. It doesn't apply only on Norwegian, it applies to every language. To learn from people who have their mother language, this one who can speak fluently, and and they have a very good pronunciation. Also, don't worry, because with practice it'll also come your accent and your fluency in a language. So you only have to practice and to love what you're doing. If you don't love what you're doing, then it's useless and worthless. Ha dig, see dig i nästa vlogg.